We have to find a way as a society to live next to the river, with the river, allowing it to live while we live.
Riverkeeper is a non-profit advocacy organization, a sort of environmental watchdog of the Hudson River. John Lipscomb is the captain of the Riverkeeper boat.
The core operation for me is that very simple, pure idea of eyes on the water. I want to be in a position to see if there's a problem, and I want to be seen looking.
Lipscomb grew up on the Hudson River, swimming in the river, playing at its shores, and learning to sail on it as a young boy.
Hudson was my boat school.
Now he works for Riverkeeper, where he tries to protect the water, which includes the vast ecosystems that live in it. It's his job, but he does it for love. He says he's not the kind of guy who could work just for the money.
I want the heart part. I want the love part.
Lipscomb doesn't just love his job. It has become his life work.
I also overdo everything, so I couldn't maintain a separation between job and the rest of life. That ends up being a problem for me.
For the past 13 years, he's run the Riverkeeper boat. 7 years ago, he instigated a program to test the water quality of the Hudson River. He works with a crew of scientists taking samples of river water. That means that during the spring, summer, and fall, he is out on the boat 12 days a month, running from New York Harbor to Albany and back, collecting samples and working with groups of scientists along the way.
That's 12 straight days. I live on the boat during those patrols, and I am a master of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Lipscomb's dedication has paid off. In the 7 years since Riverkeeper has been gathering data from their water samples and releasing their findings to the public, there has been a widespread response from citizens as well as the state government.
We just put the data out. The data does the talking. So now we actually have the state using our data as an argument to seek funding to improve sewage infrastructure. So that's a measure of success, where the data is driving a conversation to make things better.
There's been a change in understanding about the river, he says, even for him. When he started this job, he and the rest of the Riverkeeper staff referred to the river as a great natural resource.
And that's the problem almost right there. You can't look at a living river and define it as a resource, because right then you've condemned it to death. You've decided that it's there for our use. And we're going to have to get to the point where we can share and disconnect, and then the river has a chance.
Lipscomb believes that at some point we will understand that there's no such thing as wastewater.
I guarantee you, when I'm 180 years old, they're not going to be using the term wastewater anymore.
At that point, he says, we will change the way we treat wastewater so that instead of it being partly treated and then released into the river, as it is now, it'll be purified enough to be reused again.
Water's the most valuable item on Earth. You can't make synthetic water. You can make synthetic everything else. You can't get any new water. The water we have on the planet's the water we've had and will have. I would urge you to think about the water as habitat. The river, for me, is majestic because of the life that it carries. We've got to stop using the river. The planet is not a big place, and we've been destroying it at a very rapid rate because we think it's infinite.